Conversations with Marc and Debbie, the mediums. Marc Stuart, the Scottish medium. Debbie Wolf, the smallest medium. Conversations on topical subjects. On subjects other mediums would not dare talk about, but we do. The Marc Stuart Medium Network, demonstrating, discussing, and training in Scottish-style mediumship. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I am exhausted. It has been a very long day, so I am just going to go like this for the next half hour.
Well, during the opening credits, I was yawning, so I'm not sure I'm going to be much better.
And I've got the gimbal on the camera on autofocus, and I don't want to mess it up by switching it off. So if I suddenly seem to be moving around, I'm not appearing in Star Trek. It's just the camera relating to me swinging in the chair. So hello, everybody. I suppose you want to know what should we tell them what we're going to talk about tonight, Debbie, or will we just let them guess?
We could let them guess, but we might as well tell them.
Okay. Well, we've been talking about AI and how to use it constructively. Now we're going to talk about how to use it negatively. Now, this is not a training course. We're not.
This is not, no. And this is not something we do, but this is something that is possible.
Yes. So it's the things you should be watching out for if you're going to a medium to get a reading, to make sure that they haven't done or are not doing what we're going to be talking about tonight. Anyway, before we do that,
excuse my cat.
Before
no, my cat just walked across my screen.
It's time for our you-know-what.
This is that information.
I get to put it on her side and blank out half her face. I love this.
Right. He likes that part.
Okay, so news. Big bit of personal news, which is going to have an impact or planning on having a big impact. We've been dropping hints about this for about a month and a half. My wife and I have this morning just got a completion date. That in Scottish terminology, that's when you're buying a property for our new home, which we should be getting the keys for 2 weeks on Friday.
It's called closing here in the States.
Yeah. This is a beautiful little town in the Scottish borders, very scenic, a little bit further away from where I live just now, about an hour's drive south of Edinburgh. And why are we going there? Because we've now accidentally ended up with 2 podiatry clinics there. What do I mean? Well, sort of, we got, you know, my wife's a podiatrist and I'm the practice manager, and that's also where we run all of this from, those office in the clinic. Basically, we got a phone call from a prospective new patient 4 weeks ago, which went along the lines of, she was elderly and hysterically panicking. My podiatrist has just told me this morning that he's going to resign. Well, don't panic, we're here. But I want to stay with him till Christmas. Not a problem. And I want to come to you in the new year. Not a problem. So we got her booked up for an appointment in the new year. Who's your podiatrist? Now, it turns out her podiatrist is the longest serving podiatrist in Peebles, the town we're moving to. So I phoned him up and just said, look, not trying to steal your patients, but just got an elderly patient, give him the name, who phoned us up, desperately trying to book us for next year, in a panic because you're retiring. So just to tell you that you should go and calm her down and speak to her, unless you are retiring, of course, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he invited me for a cup of coffee the next day and said, and he basically said, thank God you phoned me. I was going to phone you yesterday. Here's the keys to my clinic.
You're taking over.
Yes. So as of the 1st of January, we have 2 clinics in the town of Peebles as opposed to 1, and our main clinic in the town of Pennycook. Now, obviously, we're going to close one of them down, but I am going to have to be down there managing one of them until we get the patients sorted out and the equipment sorted out and all the rest of it.
And consolidate, yeah.
Yeah. So the clinic has gone like that in Peebles. In other words, it's going to be a lot busier than we originally planned.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where we've provisionally offered a job to a new receptionist who will be going into Pennycook to replace me, because I'm going down to Peebles. And the new clinic is literally directly in front of the property that my wife and I had already arranged to buy.
Well, that's so convenient. You can walk to her.
The synchronicity gets even better. Now, you may not know this, but 4 years ago, I tried to launch a spiritualist church in the same town where the first clinic was. I even had 2 people that we were training at different times from America. Debbie was as jealous as anything, come over and actually work and get to the congregation. But the problem was I couldn't get anybody in the town to come forward and help with the admin, and the clinic was just getting busier and busier and busier. And obviously all this was going on at the same time, so we put it on hold. We've now got a location for the church again, and it's in the same building where the second clinic is. Basically, we'll finish work at 5 o'clock in the clinic, walk into the corridor, turn left, go down the corridor, turn right, and that's where the church is going to be.
Oh, that's quite convenient. That's even better. That's incredible.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people locally that are interested in this. I've already got about 3 people making commitments to come sit in circle and help me run it. So
that's great.
That's going on in the background. What does that mean for what we're doing? Well, number one, once we get it up and running, we will be videoing all the services. And it won't just be me. It's not just going to be me standing up and doing readings every week. We will be inviting other Scottish mediums from Edinburgh and around Scotland to come and work in the church. We'll start off 1 a month, and then we'll go 2 a month, and then 3, and then 4. And it'll be conditional that they all get videoed and streamed in our channel on Patreon. Awesome. So basically, you're going to see a lot more. It's not going to just be me. You're going to see a lot of Scottish mediums. And obviously, as they come, we'll be saying to them, look, this is what we're trying to do to America. Do you want to join the crusade? And maybe go on holiday to America. We might need to send them in body bags to get them through your ice controls, but
right.
We'll worry about details about that later. But this is all going to be going on in the background from the end of January onwards. And I'm exhausted.
He's exhausted already, and it hasn't even happened yet. So, yeah.
So that's all of that. Second bit of news, 7th of December, Sunday, 8 o'clock. Put the time in your diary because that's the next rapid fire event. The last one that we did was mega successful. Well, I only did 28 readings, so that really wasn't that successful. But in terms of the number of people that came and the number of readings that were done, Debbie, you were there, but I think there was only one person who couldn't take a reading.
There was one person who couldn't. Yeah, everybody else could take it.
And to be honest, I'm not trying to sound egotistical. I wasn't that unhappy with reading. It's just he didn't seem to really understand what a reading was, or
yeah.
The video's on Patreon, so go and have a look at it yourself. It's what, 2.25 hours long? Something
like that. 2.5, maybe 2.25.
It's not the 4 hours that I did on the first one, so we deliberately tried to keep it a lot shorter. I will be doing one on the 7th of December. And there will be one every month thereafter moving forward. So you'll find the booking link. I'll put the link up at the end. So there's that. I think that's about it, actually, unless you can think of anything else.
I think that's about it. Everything at Patreon is going well.
Yes. One important thing, just for all of America, here's a new announcement from Scotland. Since you're so used to your president being the king and issuing edicts, here's an edict from Scotland. We're cancelling Thanksgiving. You don't need Thanksgiving anymore because the Scots are coming. So forget the turkey. You don't need a holiday.
He's delusional. He's completely delusional.
We don't celebrate it here in Scotland. So why should
we can't? I'm sure you have holidays that we don't celebrate too.
St Andrew's Day, but I mean that's just the St. Patron Saint of Scotland.
Right. Well, who cares?
Hogmanay,
that's true.
So, okay. We'll let them celebrate Thanksgiving then. So, have a nice Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, right. Okay, so enough of that. Right, let's get down to business then. Okay. So, if I was going to use AI, and if I was going to be fraudulent, and I do mean fraudulent, what would I do? I would get the name of the sitter in advance. I would do a search for them on social media, Facebook, Google, get a few basic facts. I would then go into ChatGPT version 5.1. I would tell it to do a deep search, put all the information I could find, the easy information. I would tell it to do a deep search on the person's family, parents, ancestry, social activities. I would end up, for most average people, I would end up with about 10 pages of information on you. I have done this before, not for readings, obviously, but for people that have maybe been going into to employ, etc. I promise I didn't do it on the new employee, but
did you do it to me? No, that was before ChatGPT, so we're okay.
I was once interviewing someone to do. I mean, here's an example of what I'm talking about. We were once interviewing somebody for the business. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the job role. It was IT, I think, and I did a search on him. Got his CV, so obviously I had a good bit of information on him. Fed it into ChatGPT, and it came back with things he'd done as a teenager, part-time jobs he'd done as a teenager, social posts he'd done as a teenager on Facebook.
Wow.
And we're chatting away, and I said, okay, now tell me about this thing that you did in the summer school of blah, 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 blah. There was a wee article about you on Facebook that somebody else wrote. Now, imagine I was giving him a reading. Now, I'm seeing somebody that you knew in summer camp when you were working there on a volunteer basis. Can you help me? This is a man. I'm not getting a very good connection. Did you know a man that worked there, maybe 30, 40? And I would read the reaction in his face. And if he, oh yeah, definitely 30 to 40 years old. And I would just keep going that way.
Right.
And I would feed in other little bits of information. Obviously, if I got the name of his mother or father, I would go and do another deep dive. It is literally called deep dive. And I would go and do another deep dive on every name that came up, every relative, so that I could find one that had crossed over, that had information on.
Wow.
Now, this person died on the 3rd of December, 2021, in a car accident. And I'm seeing a newspaper article. It was quite a severe news. Now, okay, how do you protect yourself against that?
Well, first of all, anybody who knows that much information is lying.
Are they?
Well, you just gave a lot more than you normally give in a reading.
No, I have given readings where the information's been that detailed.
Okay, well, but all of that information?
Not all of it, and not every reading, obviously, but I can usually give one or two facts like that.
One or two, yes, but not like 12 like you just laid off.
Yeah.
But yeah, one or two facts. And you look if, well, it depends. If it's a Zoom reading, you can't tell if they're looking at notes. In person, you can tell.
I'm sitting here with 4 screens in front of me. I could easily have multiple screens up. I could even be typing as I'm talking to you. You know, I give you, I've got, like, go back to that example. I've got a man, 30 to 40, he's now in spirit, so he might have passed when he was in his 60s. Does any of this make sense? Oh God, yeah, that was Jimmy Brown, my best friend, Jimmy Brown.
Right.
And before you know it, up comes Jimmy Brown's deep dive.
Wow. That's so unethical, but people do that kind of thing. There's a thing going around now where people are sending private messages to people saying they're cursed, right?
Yeah.
And I'll charge you $1,500 to get rid of the curse.
They've always done that.
Yeah. But they can find out more about you is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's true.
have information on you to where you're actually going to believe it now.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. So, I mean, basically, I think the best protection is make sure the evidence that you've been given is not something that's publicly known, or it's not the kind of general information. You know, it might sound fantastic if I say, I think it's a motherly figure and her name was Betty, But that's easy to find out if I know your name before I do the reading. So what
Right.
you're looking for is, I've got what I think is your mother, and I know she's wearing glasses, but it's a very unusual design of glasses that I'm seeing. I know she was bald, and she wore black, sort of blue makeup, but the glasses are very circular and sort of multicolored. It's highly unlikely. I mean, okay, yeah, your mum might have been active on Facebook, and she might have had pictures wearing her glasses.
Right. Well,
But
if you give a reading to my daughter, yeah.
yeah, but you're looking for things that are detailed, that are personal, that are not publicly known.
Right.
Like at the funeral, there were yellow flowers. Now, okay, if it's in, if it's in the bit, I mean, it's unlikely to be in the newspapers that there were yellow flowers at the funeral, unless it's somebody that's famous. But for your average parent, some kind of detail that only you would know about.
When I was giving a reading to someone I knew, and her mother showed up, who was a dear friend of mine, it was very hard for me to give evidence of her, but what she did was give me a pet name that she had called my friend in her childhood that I didn't know.
Yeah. See, me personally, I don't give messages to family. Wife's different, but as a general rule, I don't give readings to my family and friends.
Well, she paid me at a fair, so.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But if that was me, I would still have said, sorry, I won't do it.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't be able to do it at all, because I know most of those people.
Debbie, can I interest you in our new marketing services? I think we need to get you some new clients. We're being sarcastic, folks, not literal. But yeah, I've done it in the past. I mean, I once gave a reading to my mum's twin sister, my aunt. Now, I was much closer to my uncle than I was to my aunt, so it was a very difficult reading to give. And she was a total skeptic, didn't believe in anything. My mum's totally behind me because she'd been following me around churches and all the rest of it. My Auntie Catherine just no. So I only gave her one bit of evidence, and it was, you've got a tartan scarf in your wardrobe, which I don't understand. And her face went like that. Turns out that it was my uncle's scarf, and it was the one bit of clothing that she had kept in the wardrobe, so it was close to her. And this was the one bit of evidence. It was the single bit of evidence that could be given that sort of like that could convince her. Don't know if she's convinced or not, but anyway, I did. Had the impact. But of course, she now thinks that my mum probably told her.
Of course. I have skeptics in my family too, so I understand.
Family conspiracy.
Yep.
Plus, I'm the black sheep of the family, so that as well. But never mind.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's another story for another day.
Black sheeps unite.
Now, all together, folks. Ba ba
ba.
Okay, so back to topic.
Anyway,
how do you protect yourself? Just be very careful about the mediums you interact with. Check them out first. So, I mean, for myself, I've got multiple videos of me working on my website. Check out Google. Has anybody reviewed them? Now, I've had bad reviews, but I've also had fantastic reviews. Just go through the reviews, see what gets said, and make your own judgment. And when you get the reading, obviously, if it's on Zoom, the medium is going to know who you are. I mean, there's no possible way of not doing that.
You have to know, yeah.
You can't. I won't take the reading unless you pay me in advance. I'm sorry, but I've had too many people not turn up and all the rest of it. I mean, I once sat for 4 hours with 4 bookings and not a single person turned up. So,
how horrid.
So from that point onwards, it was just straightforward business mistake. You pay in advance. I'll refund if I'm not happy with the reading. I'll refund, but it's me that has to be unhappy with the reading, not you, because it's too easy for you to say, oh, that wasn't the person I wanted, therefore I want my money back.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do
Because
that.
you never
Sorry.
know what spirit's going to show up.
Yeah. So go and see the medium. Be careful with your body language. You know, if the medium is clearly probing, like I was giving the example of doing, and then don't give additional information, don't give names, don't give anything like that. Give a yes, no, maybe. It's okay to be positive if they're giving specific information, but make sure that they are giving you detailed, specific information that only you would know, not something that you could go and double check on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or online anywhere.
I mean, a common one with me is if I see somebody with glasses as a spirit, I ask them to show me the glasses, and I can then describe the glasses. And I'll maybe ask for, say, something like reading glasses. So not the glasses that, you know, they'd be wearing out and about in the community,
Right.
Something that they would wear at home, or something they would have at home, like a pocket watch, something like that,
Right.
that only the family are going to know about. Something like that. Just a wee detailed bit of evidence like that is all you, as a medium, is all you need to give, or as the sitter is all you need to get to know that it's legit.
Yep, just enough little details.
Yeah. And as Debbie said, if they're giving too much information and too much detail, get suspicious.
Absolutely.
You know the expression, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah. So guard yourself from that. AI is dangerous. That's the moral of this story.
Moral of a lot of stories for a lot of days.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's us. I was going to say we're running out of time, but we've still got 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, Debbie, we've got to entertain them.
We've got to talk for another 5 minutes. No!
The subject's dead.
We've talked about it.
Oh, hold on, but we deal with dead spirits, don't we? Actually, let's talk about your encounter with this medium. I'm not going to name him.
Oh, I went to see a medium last week, and he was an American medium, self-taught. He said he'd been doing it for 5 years, and he called out, although he had a general direction that he pointed in. He kind of divided the audience into thirds.
Bear in mind that's over 30 people, so that's a group of 10 people.
Well, I'm not sure exactly how. I'm thinking there are about 50 people there. So
right, okay. So 15 to 20 people per group.
15 to 20 people, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. He he gave great evidence of the spirits. Okay, he gave great evidence. Even once he had the person, he continued to give evidence. But then he never switched into the message. His only message was, they're just showing you that they're with you. That's why they mentioned this. He's getting the message, but he's not interpreting it at all. He thinks it's still evidence.
Now, what Debbie's not telling you is that the man's got a book published. It's on Amazon. And I had a look at his website, and he's charging just $5 short of $500 a reading.
For an hour, yeah. Which is ridiculous. Don't pay that much.
So that's ridiculous for a reading. And his website is very, very professional. Very professional. So he's obviously spent a lot of money on it.
Right.
Now, I being me, I then sent him an email.
Of course he did.
Of course I did. And I basically said, I was generous. I said, look, don't know what your private readings are like, so I'm going to assume that your private readings are okay based on the evidence you were giving. However, here's the things that you're doing wrong. Calling out, not giving messages, like detailed messages, and just the messages that you are giving are just generic, like as Debbie said.
They're with you, yeah.
Now, on the assumption of the evidence that he was giving, I could have taken probably in about 3 circles and got him up to speed with how to go direct. I'm not joking.
How to go direct, how to give a message.
Yeah.
I think the evidence was excellent. I'm guessing you could learn in 1 or 2. You don't even need 3.
Yeah. So let's be generous, and let's say I could get him up to speed in 2 readings. You would then have an incredible medium. But the man was so arrogant. I'm not going to use the language that he used in the reply email. But basically, he accused Devi, my best ever student. But let's just put this in perspective. Devi could quite easily come over to Scotland. She might chicken out like she did when I was there.
I was going, I'm going to chicken out.
But I would have enough faith to put her on a church platform if and when she comes over in Scotland. So, of all the people that could have given an opinion, Devi, apart from myself, Devi would be the most. I mean, if I was there, I wouldn't have given an opinion. I would just have stood up and taken him apart there and then.
But, yeah, but I'm not him. Aren't we all thankful? Yes, we're very.
Devi's not me. So he basically wrote back and said that Devi was lying. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
So we may reveal who he is at some future point, but I'm not doing it so yet because there's another interesting little twist here. There's an organization which again will remain nameless, which is based in Manhattan or Manhattan Island, where he has a big badge on his website that he's been verified by this organization. Now, said organization has only ever verified 27 mediums, and I'm going to start doing a little bit of research into those 27 mediums because I kind of suspect I sent off an email to these people as well. Didn't mention the medium by name, but just said, you certify mediums. Can you please tell me, do you certify stage work and church work? And if you do you check that people go direct as opposed to calling out?
Mm-hmm.
And haven't had a reply back from them, which makes me think it's not a bona fide organization. It's just a rubber stamping exercise.
It could be.
So
even if it is a real organization, I'm sure they're not like busy. They don't work 40 hours a week. So, if they've certified 27 mediums, I don't think that's a full-time job. But yeah.
Oh, but they claim to be very serious and they investigate everybody and they actually claim to do scientific research into mediumship. So, excuse me, put that aside. Anyway, on that happy note, that's us. God, Debbie, we've done it. We've got to the official time. We've finished.
Oh, phew, we made it.
We made it. Okay, folks. So I said I would put websites up. So this is where to find everything. So if you want to see this video, go to Patreon. It'll be in the next couple of days that it'll be posted. It will appear on Facebook, but Facebook deletes all our live streamed events after 30 days. It will be on YouTube, but Patreon. You want to go find us on Patreon.
Absolutely.
All our training is now handled through Patreon. I'm not going
all
to go
the
into
good
that.
stuff is through Patreon.
Yeah, and we put a lot more content on Patreon that now does not go on YouTube.
Absolutely. So join us.
Go to that website, sign on the newsletter if you want to get on the mailing list. Although, in all honesty, if you book for any event, you'll end up on the list
anyway.
We've got an open circle workshop on Sunday. So if you want to come along, there's the link to book it. So basically, it's calendly.com/Marc Stuart Medium / you can see there's a pattern there, can't you? Open-circle-workshop. If you want to find us on YouTube, it's not Marc Stuart Medium, it's Scottish Medium, Marc Stuart, the Scottish Medium. And if you are coming on Sunday, please join the Telegram group. We've had several instances where the links that we've been sending out have not been working, and we've had to go in very quickly, re-engineer a new link for Zoom it's more when we do events on StreamYard, but we've had to go and re-engineer the links and then send them to people again. If you log into the Telegram group, join the Telegram group, that way we can send you information. And same format as for the Open Circle, all our events, including Rapid Fire, which I don't have a link for, but basically just go to candly.com/MarcStewartMedium. Everything that we do, you'll find links there for them. So you can go and sign up to your heart's content to 20 different events over the next 3 months if you really want to.
Please don't.
And just another little bit of news I forgot to do at the beginning, and even Debbie doesn't have this bit yet, so this is completely new. The subject for our next 3 months, you're going to love this one, Debbie, good and evil in spiritualism.
Oh dear. I'm not gonna love that because I don't believe in good and evil, but that's okay. We'll muddle through somehow.
She doesn't believe in AI either, but we're doing a topic in 3 months.
I believe that AI exists. I just don't agree that it's the best thing since sliced bread.
But you see, there's the whole point of the topic. What is good and what is evil? So there's so many variations.
Well, I don't think AI is evil either.
But we can do a topic on it. We can talk about evil AI.
Okay, I guess we'll talk about that.
Anyway,
I've read enough sci-fi that we can do that.
So, hello, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Thank you. Not sure what that bit was about. Black sheep of the family.
Right.
Yeah.
Evil.
I'm evil. Debbie's good.
I'll be the good. He can be the evil.
Or is Debbie good and or am I good and Debbie's evil? Well, Debbie's the witch.
No,
Debbie's the witch.
I'm evil. It doesn't mean I'm evil.
Have you been to see what's it called? Wicked Good.
Not yet, so I don't want to hear about it.
Well, you see, I went to see it on Friday.
Oh, shush! I know exactly what happens because I've seen the play about 10 times, but that's okay. And I read the book, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, folks, but the play lasts for 2.25 hours. The 2 movies together last for about 5 minutes.
5 hours, yes, I know. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot more packed in there. So, Debbie, let me start at the beginning.
But I read the book, and they took from the book. At least they did in the first half. They did in the first half.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. And you've missed it, folks, but to tie in with me going to Wicked, the Cards with Marc on Sunday. What's Cards with Marc, they say? Well, that's where I use free cameras and show you really how to present yourself online, or you get card readings and we'd stream it live. So if I make a mistake, everybody gets to see me doing it. Or if I do it well, everybody gets to see me doing it. And they get to see the reaction of the sitter at the same time. So there's actually 4 cameras involved all at once. Anyway, I had and I show off a different pack of cards every event. So I got my Wizard of Oz cards out.
I'm sorry I missed that, but I was at a retreat.
Well, you can watch the video. It's on Patreon.
Oh, yes. I have to watch the video. I can watch the video.
Okay, folks. I think we're well over time. So it's been a pleasure. And
it's always a pleasure. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Will we?
We won't?
I'm replacing you with an AI, so
okay. Well, then I guess I won't see you on Wednesday.
Good night, Kimberly. Okay, so farewell, everybody.
Bye.